Well, it's been a couple days since I equalized those beehives. The one in the center in particular that was bearding a few days ago. Let's see how they're doing. Looks like they're doing pretty good. I think they're out there kind of fanning still, keeping that beehive cool inside. I'm looking to see if I'm seeing any pollen coming in. I'm not seeing much today so far. How about you? Do you see any pollen coming in? Well, what I did is we had this beehive that had an entrance reducer, and it was reduced all the way down to about an inch. Well, let's say about like this one right here. So, I wonder if these guys are bringing some cup pollen. Anyway, I had it reduced down like that, and when I did that, I also had a migratory cover on, and so they weren't getting much ventilation up at the top, and I think that was a problem. It was 80 degrees out. That helped. There's some pollen coming in right now. Orange pollen, a couple of them there. A few ants out there. There's some more pollen going in. So they're finding something somewhere. And apparently not letting the ants get too much inside. There is a sugar feeder in this one, so it's possible they're after that, but I don't know. At any rate, over here again. So what I did is I put a honey super on it because it was packed with bees. It had the honey super, and I put an inner cover and an outer cover in it, a telescoping cover, rather than the migratory. That way the ventilation through the inner cover goes out the top, and apparently that has helped all that congestion, because they were probably 10,000 bees hanging out the front of that hive the other day. And I went in and looked, and I got through, and by the way, I got about halfway through looking at the bottom, and I was cutting off some burr comb, and I got tired and forgot about looking for the queen. But actually I forgot about looking for queen cells, but I don't think there's any in it. I don't know, but I probably need to go inspect that again just to make sure if there's no queen cells in it with the next few days. But I'm seeing they seem to be quite happy here, going inside. And let's see. I don't see any pollen coming in that one. Maybe they haven't found it. I'm looking. They seem to be doing very well though. And even though it was 80 degrees the other day, I think today it's probably about 55 degrees. So there's not an issue of heat, but they seem to be doing okay. I kind of like seeing this one right here with a pollen coming in. There it is, yeah. Yeah, I like seeing that pollen coming in. If you listen, you hear the tick, tick, tick. That's my electric fence. That's why I'm not going in there right now. So I don't know. Let's see. There's some big pollen coming in. Yeah. That orange pollen, I'm thinking that might be from the red maples that are blooming down the road again. The one that's in my yard is about done. I have a great big one right across. Well, it's not in my yard, it's my neighbor's yard, but it's got almost leaves on it now. There's not much, many flowers on it. All the rest of the flowers are pretty much gone. But the one down the street, there's a 2 or 3 of them down the street that have plenty of blooms on them yet. So I think it's just a difference. I'm on one side of the mountain, they're on the other side. So we're getting pollen in here good. I'm liking seeing that. I wonder if we see any up here at the one out here top here. Can we get in there and see that? Let's see. I think that's about as far as I can go in without climbing up there. Kind of hard to see from here, isn't it? I'm trying to hold it still. No, I'm not seeing it. There was some, I think. Yeah, there was some more. So there was a little pollen company in there too. This guy's here. These are the ones. As many bees as there, you'd think there'd be a bunch of pollen coming in. I'm not seeing any. They aren't finding it for some reason. But this one here in the front is doing a good job of it. Just going in and out, doing their exploring. Now this is a queenless hive, as far as I know, pretty sure. Now the story in on that is there you go, get that ant. Took that ant right out. Story was a few weeks ago, I went in here and found a early queen cell that had hatched out. Now that's kind of scary, because I figured they're gonna swarm. I don't know, I didn't know what was going on, so I went ahead and fed them some 1-to-1 sugar water, made sure they had plenty of room. I got some bees from the other hive that I was just looking at a minute ago with lots of bees in it. I got some brood from them, and I put in here 3 frames of brood. Now if that queen didn't make it back because it got cold and didn't get mated right, then they should be having another queen made in this hive within the next few days anyway. So I'm just leaving it alone, not going in there and letting them bother them anymore. And in about 10 days, I'll go back and check it again and see if there's a queen, if there's eggs and larvae in there. If there are, then I'm good. If they're not, and I'm concerned, I'll put a couple more frames of bees in there, the brood in there, and that way we'll have another chance to raise queen. This one here, the one here in the middle, I'm probably going to do a split on that one in about 10 days. If they didn't swarm by then, they might. And the one up in the top, I may do a split too. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But this one here, I want to make queen right first, and then I'll probably put a honey super on it once that's happened.